on leader Kankunen. Francois Delacour of France in 6th place for Ford, driving the factory Ford with Daniel Grataloup alongside him. Grataloup hoping to outdo Bernard Ocelli for the co-drivers championship this year. The big battle between Delacour's Ford and Oriol's Toyota for the co-driver honours. And behind them, Britain's Malcolm Wilson in 8th place overall, with Brian Thomas in the hot seat. 1 minute and 9 seconds down on Kankunen. Wilson just feeling his way through these first day stately home and racing circuit stages in the Midlands. 2 million spectators, factory prepared Toyotas. Mats Jonsson in 10th overall. This is Gwyndalf Evans, the Group N leader, 13th overall last night, who won one of the stages, Western Part, the second stage, showing it with Armin Schwartz, the first time in many, many years that a Group N car. Well, welcome back to Eurosport, and our look at today, Monday's second day of the RAC Rally. This was at dawn this morning on Special Stage 10, Davenant, first of the Welsh stages, and look at the snow. This is Francois Delacour, whose car in. He's being flagged down because there in the ditch is the car of second place man Armin Schwartz. He will lose 16 minutes, dropping to 77th place. Delacour has chosen the wrong tires. He later said you are not allowed to have studded tires nor slicks on this rally, and he loses 2 minutes on this stage. Fighting form. Francois Delacour, second fastest on this stage, having found the right tires this time. Fourth overall still. Malcolm Wilson, 8th on this stage. Disappointing performance. Francois Delacour, only one win on a stage for his credit yet. It's spectacular, 7th fastest on the stage, but still 3rd overall in the rally. Malcolm Wilson 2nd on the stage. Taking his score now on this rally up to 4 special stage wins. Delacour, 3rd on the stage. Malcolm Wilson. First Briton ever to win a championship event outside England. Doing a great job for Scotland, and this man doing a good job for France still. Francois Delacour, 5th place on this stage. And 5th overall in the rally, now having picked up those places again. Malcolm Wilson wins the stage. Well, what a great performance by the Cumbrian. Malcolm Wilson, who has tried so hard to win the British Rally Championship this year, but was beaten by Richard Burns, 37 years old, from Cockermouth in Cumbria. His 18th RAC Rally. His best result yet was last, although he did win the 1993 Swedish Rally. Well, Robbie Head spins out. Great big spin, creating a snowstorm there. Now Robbie Head decides to do a 3-point turn to protect the car. Nonetheless, still finishes 12th on this stage. And an impressive performance by Head on the rally. He's allowed the odd spin in these conditions. They're taxing the best drivers in the world. Unbelievably slippery. The roads are so good that the snow and ice are providing no grip at all here. Well, this man, Gwyndalf Evans, the Welsh school bus driver, leading Group N, and he's 10th on this stage, showing his local knowledge helps an awful lot. Group N, Escort Cosworth, moving him up to 11th overall in the rally standings at the moment. Sebastian Lindholm, 13th overall. Lindholm driving the Steve Black preparation. Now this man does have problems. This is Johnny Milner, who's second in Group N, was second we think in Group M, and he has 2 rear punches. Wow, that costs Johnny Milner a lot of time on this stage. Fortunately he has 4-wheel drive and he can drag himself out of the stage, but a big blow for Johnny Milner. There in his leaders, none other than Britain's Malcolm Wilson, 2 minutes and 24 seconds behind. And this means that in the first 3 cars there are no less than 5 Britons, because Nicky Grist, of course, his partner in Kankkunen, the rest are all British crews. So what done on 12 RAC rallies. He won it 3 times, 1987 with Lancia and 1991 with Lancia. This, though, another of the success stories yesterday. Malcolm Wilson, the Cumbrian driver, a man from Cockermouth, driving the car he prepares himself. It's Ford of Britain entered. It's the Michelin Pilot Championship wins to his credit, and this is Francois Delacour, the man who Kankkunen just beat to the World Championship. Delacour won Portugal, Tour de Corse, and the Catalonia boys. Another man to be proud of, Robbie Head. What a great performance by Robbie from Kilmarnock, also Lanark born like the McRaes. 25 years old in the second of the Malcolm Wilson prepared Michelin Ford Escort Cosworth. So Robbie doing a grand job here with the Group A car and doing a stupendous job in the Group N car. Leading Group N is Gwyndolf Evans, the Welsh school bus driver, 12th overall. 34 years old from Dinas Marjorie. Hope we said that right. Car prepared by Steve Black Preparations, SBP. Behind him, Sebastian Lindholm. Lindholm in his Gordon Spoon from the Catalonia Rally. Figures are published saying that Toyota had 355. Same as Ford. Subaru had 365, and Mitsubishi, the gigantic 385. This is Malcolm Wilson. This is his home event here on the stages. Through the Lake District, through Cumbria, but Wilson on the earliest stage, Grisdale East, on 20 broke a strut and had a front puncher. Dropped him back down the order to... And this is Delacour, the man who after this stage will find himself in 4th place ahead of his teammate. Ford teammate, that is Malcolm Wilson. Well, Delacour wins this stage today. A very fine performance by the Frenchman. Only won 2 stages so far in this rally. One of them shared, that was Alton Park on the first day. This one he wins all by himself. Delacour still getting to grips with gravel after all those years of tarmac rallying. Ewa Kankkunen moves back into the lead. As Malcolm Wilson, his 9th RAC rally. He's been second twice in 1990 and 91. And a great performance by Britain's Malcolm Wilson here in the number 8 Ford Escort Cosworth, which he prepares himself on behalf of Ford of Britain. Michelin Pilot sponsoring him. This is his 18th RAC rally. And what a superb performance by Malcolm. His best ever run on the event in 1992 in the Ford Sierra Cosworth. He finished 9th, but this year he's exceeded that by 6 places. Malcolm taking up the Defence of British Honours after Colin McRae went out. Beating Ford's number 1 driver Francois Delacour, and at times yesterday he closed with him 1 minute of Ericsson. But I've never seen so much snow in all the years I've been doing this event, said the Cumbrian this morning. Again, those distinctive and narrow mountain bike-like snow tyres here on the Escort. Malcolm with his co-driver, Brian Thomas, And here in 4th place is Ford's #1 driver, Francois Delacour, with Daniel Grataloup. Francois, who missed the rally last year, he did it in 1991 in a Escort Cosworth, but missing out a year, and with different stages he's found very difficult to match pace notes with those ahead. I don't like the snow, he complained tonight, but it's all good practice for the Monte Carlo rally in January, having at this stage seeded defeat by Kankkunen, Eriksson and Wilson. Nonetheless, still keeping his runner-up position in the 1993 World Rally Championship. Good performance by the man who has always been a tarmac specialist. Just at the end of the day, some transmission problems for Delacour, especially in Dalby on the stage 33, the final forest stage of the rally before going to Scunthorpe and Donington for the 2 closing stages of the day. Armin Schwartz winning both those. Kankkunen then going on to win after Cropton's Ericsson victory. Gale Rigg, Langdale and Dalby, 3 in a row, making 4 today, and a grand total of 12 wins on the rally. But meanwhile, let's stay in car with Francois Delacour. Well, as we see these pictures, the rally is all over now. The cars are back in Birmingham tonight, and the result